Hey there, Sugar Bear. Welcome to episode number 96 of Podcastration Classic. Emphasis on the ass. Yeah. This is a Brett episode, and that is fitting because me, him, and his old lady just biked yesterday up between Kennerdale and Franklin, Pennsylvania, along the Allegheny Trail on a lovely day. We finally got a nice day between rain, and of course that can't last. You would never know by the video that later that evening, more storms are going to roll in and fuck shit up. But that didn't happen while we were biking, so I'm grateful for that. Brett's talking about his honeymoon back in 2023. So, it's just more of the same with upgraded equipment. I still have some fucking mount issues. I would have had awesome footage up on the one bridge overlook, but of course my camera was angled the wrong way on my head, and it's just always something with this equipment. No matter how fucking much I dick with this, 90 episodes in, it's just always something fucking up. What would be otherwise perfect footage, so it just never ends. A pain in the butt, but that's life. What can you do? Just try to learn and move on for the next one. But it was a lovely day. Hopefully there's some good scenery. We biked around town, went to the Rusty Trail Brewing, I think that's what they're called. Great food, great beer on a great sunny day while it lasted anyway, so no complaints there. So here we are biking this with Brett telling us about his awesome trip to wherever he went to back in 2023. With that, I'm going to shut my app and let us get at podcasting. Let's go, mofo. Podcastration's gonna rock the nation in 1, 2, 3, 4.
I'll take off my hat. I'll take off my hat. No, that's Stripes reference. I watched that movie when I was a kid, but I just really don't remember. I remember thinking it was funny when I was a kid, and I tried to watch it not too long ago, and it didn't hold up. I'm like, oh, this is just... It's kind of boring. It was on TV.
It's funny,
a couple
but
years ago.
Makes our army look like absolute assholes.
Yeah.
They're just, we're just going to let these two fuck-offs go save the world. Yeah, okay.
Me and Matt Smith used to watch it when we were younger. Like, it was like one of those every weekend things for a while. I don't even know why, but we knew it like line for line.
Yeah, it's Bill Murray and what's that guy's name? Harold Ramis?
Was he in Ghostbusters too?
Yeah, they were kind of... Seemed like they were on movies together.
Back then.
Yeah.
I don't know
that
what
revolving cast of...
Did that come out in the 80s or was that the 70s?
Yeah, that was early 80s, I think. It was before Ghostbusters.
Was
all before we were born, but...
Yeah.
Yeah. It was pretty close to that time. I think Ghostbusters was probably better.
Yeah, that's this movie got the nostalgia and the Ecto Cooler high C drink. I always related that to the Slimer. Was that his name? The green thing that they had with them?
Yeah. Yeah, Slimer. What did I watch? I watched recently that new Indiana Jones, The Dial of Destiny, and it was as absurd and stupid as I thought. At least I went into it assuming that. And it was just cheesy. Just they take an old movie and now everything's got that Marvel comic book feel to it in production where he's an 80-year-old playing a 60-year-old and he's just absolute superhero. Like how the Die Hard movies just kept getting dumber and dumber. You know, Bruce Willis in that movie, he was like the first movie, he was just a security guard. And by Die Hard 4, he's like Rambo or Terminator. And it's just like, okay. And that's how these Indiana Jones movies get. They're just...
Yeah, they just have to outdo themselves.
Nobody says no to anything on the script. Everything they throw out, they're like, sure, that's a yes. You know, it's like, God, it's just a movie, but... I watched that and that Strays movie. The new movie with the dogs. Will Ferrell's voice.
Any good?
It had a few laughs, but it was very predictable. I mean, it just did all the jokes you would expect them to do, and it was just, you know, it was worth a watch, but I don't remember laughing that much, you know, but I don't know. A lot of times I need to watch things like second time, but it was exactly what you'd think it was.
Yeah, I noticed the first time we watched Step Brothers, we're like, it was pretty dumb.
Yeah, that's.
And then I don't know why, but we started quoting it over the months, and now it's.
I think even Anchorman.
It is dumb, but it's one of the funnier movies.
Yeah, like I think Anchorman. I know they were funny the first time, but it just I think a lot of it there's just so much going on that you need a second round just to let shit absorb. There's so many dumb quotes. I think you're just a little overwhelmed at first. Some of the movies. I got a joke. 2 of them actually. A neutron walks into a bar and orders a beer. The bartender says, for you, that's no charge. I heard that one recently. And this one's a segue joke. What do fat chicks and scooters have in common? They're both fun to ride till your friends find out.
Ew.
Yeah, it's dark. But I had to use that joke because at work lately, all I've been thinking about, do you remember them fucking Segways? Them 2-wheel balancing scooters?
I've seen the mall cops on
Yeah, they're horrible. I've been thinking about how funny it would be at work to get one and be zooming around at work on it. And it would just be a pain in the ass for me and everybody. There would be no reason to have it. Because I'd be slipping on oil spills and bumping into shit all the time. You would just be a constant distraction, and all the coworkers would be pissy and jealous about it.
Yeah, I think they'd probably sneak rides on it to kill time.
Oh, that thing would be by me at all times. And what else I would do is I'd tuck my shirt in and wear suspenders so my pants are pulled way up to my belly button. Super nerdy on that thing. But I looked online, and you can buy a brand new one for like $1,000. So now I'm thinking, I wonder if there's a return policy.
I wish they had and maybe they do, like an off-road kind of capable one. It'd be kind of fun just to
they got those little one-wheel scooter things. They're like a skateboard.
I see people on those.
They zip around fields and shit and going up some steep banks.
I see them out down in the city when I go to where Jesse used to live now. And those kids rip across the sidewalk, and I know I'd be on my ass.
Yeah, that's the problem. Even with these Segways, like I said, if I hit oil or whatever, I don't know if they just tip over. How stable could they be?
I don't think they would tip. I just think the wheel would slide and probably dump you.
The other thing, though, is the ones I was looking at, there's only like a 180-pound weight limit. So I far exceed that. So
I'm underneath, so you can just let
me
ride
think if there's a weight limit, I'm sure there's a 30, 40-pound leeway to it.
Mm-hmm.
I would hope. I just want it for work. I want to be called into the office to be told that, Levon, you can't be using this, and I want to be on it. I want to awkwardly have to open a door and manage that thing through the door and get in there and you just there's that low electronic whine of it doing it, and I come up, what's up? And they're like, you can't be on this thing. This is whatever. And then I'm just on it, pleading my case as I'm awkwardly bumping into their desk and shit. And I just think it would be so fucking funny. I had another thing about work. There was a empty Prego spaghetti sauce jar, and there's just kitchen utensils in it, and it's been there forever. And I never thought to do anything of it. And now it says, Levon made your mom Prego. I've been going around just graffitiing all kinds of shit at work. We have work clothes. We have a company, and they come in every couple days at work and take our old, or no, they come in once a week, and they take, we throw all of our dirty clothes in a bin at the end of the day, and we have a bin for pants, bin for shirts, and he always said pants. Somebody made it a sign, it says slacks only, and now it says skanks only. It's fun to be a 4-year-old in the adult world.
You could have made the old one that says pants in that.
Well, the old one, it said pants, and in small letters, I made it say elephants, like elephants. And it's just, nobody even cares or notices, because admittedly, that's just the corniest, dumbest, graffiti you can do.
I think the time you put MC on the guy's hammer was...
That wasn't me.
Was it?
That did that. No, I went there and I used a hammer and I seen it had MC on it, but I didn't put the MC there.
It also could have just been somebody's initials by chance, say Michael Kramer or something.
No, that was definitely because of MC Hammer. Actually, that's funny you mention that, because just this week, I've been singing that I'm too legit to quit. On friggin' stop. Because, I watched a MC Hammer documentary on YouTube. Not really a documentary, it's a movie. Did you ever watch The 40-Year-Old Virgin?
Yeah.
You know the
I guess the black guy in the movie, that main black guy, the bald guy, it was him. He played MC Hammer in this.
I can see that, actually.
I don't know. It was I think it was one of them TV movies.
Was it like a what do they call it? Like a Spockumentary?
A docu-series or something, I think.
Was it like a fake one or was it a real one?
No, it was a real one. It was just about, it was just the real stories about MC Hammer. And, of course, his cheesy songs were featured extensively, including his most annoyingly addictive to sing repeatedly, that I forgot about it when I was a kid, because everyone, there's the only hit that everyone knows is Can't Touch This. Mm-hmm. But I remember at the time he had that, I'm too legit to quit.
I never knew that was him.
I'm too legit to quit. And it's just so stupid and bad, but I've been fucking singing that for like 2 months now. And that's all I know of it. Just 4 words off the over-repeated chorus. There was actually a documentary just about that music video. That song's like 5 minutes long, but there's like a 15-minute music video, and it's on YouTube also. And they get the time, like, I think it was like $10 million or so. Like, they went this huge budget for this video, because Michael Jackson did a big budget for the Thriller video in the early 80s, and ended up being a huge success, and MC Hammer tried it. And that's like when his career just nosedived. He had absolutely zero cred after that. It was just the whitest fucking music with the whitest video. Just a millionaire blowing all of his money on stupid shit, and it was pretty comical.
The one that, like, bought the gold toilet or something?
Oh, mate, I don't know.
I know he blew literally all of his money.
Yeah, that might have even... I can't even remember if that might have even been in that docu-series.
It probably would have been, because it was part of the reason he lost it all.
It might have been. Yeah, it was pretty... It was alright. It was worth a watch. It just ain't a whole lot on TV anymore, so...
No, I found myself watching YouTube more than TV.
What I watched recently was these fail armies.
Yep.
You gotta go like a few months. Like, I think like twice a year you gotta go and check up the new ones. So they probably have a new listing right now. But I was watching it one time, and I had to jot some of these down to talk about on this podcast, because some of these are funny. One of the ones that I saw, some asshole drove his brand new truck in the winter, and it was on a frozen lake, but you could clearly see the ice wasn't frozen enough, because it was crystal clear. You could see the water below it, and he drove out on, and it was cracking as they went out on, and of course the truck just crashed right through, and the guys all dove out. I mean, brand new truck, brand new, close to $100,000, like one of them big quad cab, whatever. I think it was a Ford, maybe it was a Dodge. And I'm going to say at least 80,000.
Yeah, that's around, if it's fully loaded.
Well, it's at the bottom of a pond right now, because it went down and it was deep water.
Nice.
Yeah, that thing's gone. See, sometimes these fail armies, a lot of times they're not fails. Like, this guy's a winner. So some redneck, first of all, he had his gigantic skateboard. So I don't know why there's a huge skateboard. It looked like a prop at like a skateboard shop. Or something to display outside, but it was a functioning one. It was almost like a surfboard with wheels on it.
I think they're called something, but continue.
So it was a giant skateboard, and he strapped a lawn chair to it, and he had sled dogs pulling him down the road on it, and he's sitting on a lawn chair, and there was a huge, I think it was an American flag, but it could have been a Confederate flag. I don't know. I think it was just an American flag. And he's just there drinking beer and getting just pulled down the road. And the video is just a car driving beside him and people filming him out their side. And he looked like he wasn't failing at all. He was having a great time. Just getting pulled in the summer by these dogs. I don't know how the dog's feet's going to fare, running on asphalt, but they were having a good time. Now, another one that I have, there was this dumb bimbo blonde chick. And she was just cutting open a watermelon. She cut this watermelon in half. But first she kept saying, look at the size of this cucumber. Look how big this cucumber is. And she cut it in half. She's like, oh my goodness, it's red. This is so messed up. And it just looked like this idiot chick thought this watermelon was a huge cucumber. I hope she ain't that
just
dumb.
Acting dumb.
But it was on Fail Army, so maybe. There was it's really only funny if you see it. But there was I assume kids bolted these homemade wings to their Toyota Corolla or whatever car it was. Just your standard car in a standard middle-class neighborhood like Katanning on a street. And they went for it. They fucking gunned this car down the street, like legit expecting this thing to get airborne. They had no plan B. They gunned the car down this neighborhood street, and it was just They were expecting to like lift off and fly over the houses, and when that didn't happen, when they ran out of road, they just blasted into this fucking shed, and it was absurd. It was so hilarious. And it's so jackassy that it had to have been their house. I mean, there's no way they're that stupid, but I think it's a fail either way because clearly somebody's parents or some, they failed by having these kids.
Yep.
Take a swing of this beer real quick. And the only other one I had on here is kind of the funniest. There was a ski lift, and you saw this just water spraying out of it. I mean, 1 million gallons a second. It was right under the ski lift, going about 3 stories high in the air.
Ooh.
And you just saw the incline slowing down and shutting down with people on it. And this poor bastard, you seen as he slowed down,
no.
you could just tell he was it was one person on that ski lift in this chair, and wouldn't you know it, he got stopped right above this thing in the middle of winter and just getting hammered. It looked like about 4 fire hoses being sprayed upward under, like blasting the chair around. And
I want to see that one.
Oh my goodness, it is horrible. You definitely, all you got to do is like ski lift fail.
Yeah,
and then I'm
that
sure
should be easy to find.
It is so funny. And this guy, I mean, he better, not a refund, he better get, at minimum, a life membership of free skiing there.
I hope they gave him a free night stay in our cabin with a fireplace after that.
I say it could have been her or him, her. But yeah, it was.
Oh, if it was a he, it probably looked like a she after that whole event.
Oh my god, it looked like a fucking icicle.
There would be some shrinkage.
I mean, at that point, immediate health concern, like legit hypothermia very quickly. Like they better have gotten there. Dude, like a half hour, he's probably frozen.
Yeah,
dead.
I mean, it's gonna be cold. Sometimes you can ski like when it's 40, maybe 45.
Yeah, I don't
Even
know.
then, with water hitting.
I know there was snow all around, and
it's not gonna be fun.
I thought it was the snow machine, and I'm like, I didn't think
it could be like it was probably a water line for the snowmaker. And it's
I'm thinking, why would they put it there? And I was like, I didn't think they threw that much snow in here. No,
it was like a pipe.
Yeah,
and it just sprung a leak.
It fed to all of them. There's probably a bunch of them, and so that one big, it's a ton of water.
Yeah,
tons of psi, just clobbering that poor bastard. So, anyone listen to this, you got to check it out. It's hilarious. Nat. So, let's see what else here. I guess big news. Married man.
No, I was wondering if you were going to bring that up.
Yeah, you got to bring that up.
Yeah, the third time's a charm.
Yeah, third time's a charm.
For everybody at home, this is my second marriage, by the way.
That's what Yet.
I think if I'm on my third wife, that's kind of rock star status, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I wonder, you could always get... No, you don't travel enough. Truckers can have a second wife across the country.
I travel a lot, but I'm like within usually 2 hours of home.
I think you
have to be like at least halfway across the country.
I think the Mississippi's got to be like, if you're gonna have 2 wives, they've got to be on each side of the Mississippi River.
Although I do have accounts on the or south of the Mason-Dixon line.
Yeah,
so does that count?
Could be, which is like
Maryland.
Yeah, we're pretty much right there.
It's 2.5 hours away.
That's a little close for comfort, but ow.
I can't afford 1 family, let alone 2.
No, I never got that. Like,
I don't know how these truckers do it on a trucker's income.
Yeah, why do you think you want extra kids to support and a wife to have to please?
2
girlfriends, one thing, but
oh, that's funny.
Imagine you remember like every time to switch your wedding ring and stuff out. And I mean, if you're that heads up, what are you doing being a trucker? You should be running the trucking company.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're that organized. Oh, you sexted me. I said sexted because, well, I always say that. But
yeah,
in this case, it counts because you texted me when you guys were on your honeymoon. How was that, by the way? You guys went to Florida?
Yeah, it was fun. You want to finish that or want me to tell the honeymoon story first?
Yeah, I'll do this first. Because all I was going to say was you texted me a picture of that TV screen of the porn channels.
Oh, yeah.
Because we don't get that anymore. That's not on Comcast, is it? Now.
Yeah, I think that was Verizon that her dad has. And we were just channel surfing, and I said, oh, man. Me and Leland used to always do this. And I forget what it said.
I miss going and reading through the porn channels.
There was one real funny one.
Yeah, I didn't write it on. I meant to write it.
It was like... Wasn't it like something about motorboating or something?
Yeah, it might have been. Something like that.
Motorboating, big jugs.
Something like that.
It was like an hour and a half long.
It was always funny because, it used to not be
hey, I saw porn this, I'd send you a message like channel 922 at 9 o'clock.
Yep.
And you'd get on your guide and look through
read
it,
the
and you'd
title
send
of
it to me, or I'd get a random one that's like, hurry up, 8:30 at whatever. Go to that channel, and it was always funny.
I always liked the ridiculous name, and it was like part 10 or 11. Because the first 9 or 10 were so successful,
Yeah,
we made it 11th.
I've always wondered if there's no way there's 10 of that. You know what I mean? But maybe there is.
Well, that could be binge-worthy.
There's so many. I was looking through, when I was putting these notes together to bring that up, I seen a list of porn spoofs. There's a Ass Ventura Wet Detective. I seen one, it was
That's good.
Throbbing Wood Prince of Beeves. This one's not even the most clever, but it's the funniest. Just simply intercourse with the vampire, which is funny. Beverly Hills Copulator. And this one's not even a spoof, but I've seen this before. Trust me, babe, it'll fit. Jeez.
That's funny.
Okay. I don't know if she's going to have the great time, but somebody is. Yeah, that was just funny. I just had to bring that up. But yeah, so you guys were down in Florida?
Yeah, we just went for our honeymoon. And when we planned the trip out, we weren't even really planning on getting married. It was kind of just like marriage was like a spur of the moment thing, I guess. Yeah. But we used it as our honeymoon. And her parents, they have a snowbird house. Of course, they were up here, so it was empty.
What'd you call it? A snowbird?
A snowbird, they call it. Like they live in Pittsburgh in the summer, and then when it starts to get cold snow, they like migrate south.
I got you. Okay.
They call them snowbirds, but
I was hoping it was a house like up on stilts or something.
No, they're not. It's like 45 minutes to the closest beach. They're inland enough where like the worst damage he's had from a hurricane is a little bit like a couple pieces of shingles have been ripped off the house.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But we stayed there, and what was nice, they had the house, like half the house renovated. So that her dad, I love a nice shower. Her and mom and dad had this. It's like the shower's as big as my porch. It's like 10 by 15. This shower has 2 heads, like one on either side. It has a fold down bench. It has like a sprayer, like wand. Really like walk in, really nice. Like just it was like the they call it the rainfall shower heads. That was like the funnest part. Was just
the shower. I'm always just a get in, get out kind of shower.
Not in this
guy.
one.
I don't like to have
so relaxing.
I don't like steaming hot water. I like just.
It was just relaxing.
Of course, I'm usually showering at work with a bunch of other guys, so
yeah,
I'm kind of wired that way now. I'm just like, get it over with.
But so we stayed there a couple of nights, and we went one night up to it's called St. Mary's, Georgia. But a coworker of mine, it's on the Atlantic coast. Yeah, he's like 5 minutes from the beach, but his community he lives in is really nice because it's like you're allowed to ride golf carts around on the road as long as you have like the headlights and tail lights. I don't think you have to have a license plate, but it had to be quote unquote road legal. Just headlights and tail lights, turn signals.
Maybe they had to get inspections on them.
Something like that. There's just a few simple rules. But he took us around on his golf cart. It was a 4-seater, but he had his daughter with him. So there was 5 of us in this golf cart. And there's plenty of room. He had a nice sound system in it.
Yeah.
So we were just jamming.
I'd be thrash all the whole time. I'm just, on a golf cart, you just want to thrash into that instinct to run over somebody's hedges, just constantly there.
But then we rode around the town. He showed us like. It was neat because, like, the tides really move a lot. I don't know if it's like this everywhere, but it really comes inland. Like, you couldn't even see water. And he told us, like, he takes his dog to pee in the morning, and sometimes of the year, there's, like, water where we're at. So it was just kind of cool.
Just a shallow grade area.
Yeah. So that was kind of cool to see. And he showed us, there's, like, a really old cemetery, like, from, like, I don't know if they were pirates that were buried there, but it's, like, they're, like, predated, like, 1700s. Like,
yeah.
You can't really read anymore what's on them. It's like a preserved little
There's
lot.
some right down along our river, down along Reesedale.
Yeah.
Down near the power plant. Yeah, I was walking up through the woods, down along a power line. There's just these old graves. There's one, the oldest one's actually the nicest. An old marble one. Well, maybe they redid it.
Maybe.
It says like 1760 something. Or,
yeah.
And then the other ones I think are actually newer, more like 1800s, and they're worn pretty bad.
Mm-hmm. But we went there, and he took us to a good seafood place, of course, on the water, and then we saw a band playing outside. We didn't do, like, a whole lot of big things. We went to the beach. I went to Daytona Beach for my first time. We couldn't really swim in the ocean. I'm not afraid of sharks or the water, really, but there was that hurricane. It just went through, but it was out sea.
Yeah.
So the surf was really
the
rough.
waves would just be shit.
And like where we were at, 2 steps in, you were already waist deep in water, and the waves were crashing right on you right there. And it was a strong undertow. If you stood in the same place for 10, 15 seconds, you were up to your ankles in sand already. So it was pretty wicked. Like, you were allowed to swim, but, you know.
Yeah, we had that before. We were down in Myrtle Beach. Basically the same thing. Like, probably not even that bad, but the waves were just
it was
shit.
It was rough.
Yeah,
and then
it's not fun. You don't
one funny thing, I hope that somebody filmed us. I'm old.
Yeah.
There wasn't a whole lot of beach. Like, where we always go, there's usually probably 30, maybe 45 yards of coast. We only had like 15 to work with, so we were as far away up by the flood wall as we could get. And we're like, we should be okay. And for a half hour, we were. And then we just were getting comfy, kind of dozing off, and our feet were soaked, our palates were soaked.
That's funny.
We packed it in.
When you said coast, I immediately thought of the Hot Shots movie where they're in the briefing room, and he's like, all right, we're going to attack the enemy toast right here. And they're like, toast? Don't you mean coast? And that guy's like, coast? Oh, geez, well, that's going to take a whole lot more planning. But anyway.
I forgot about that scene.
Yeah. I'll try to find that quote and insert it here.
Mm-hmm.
Well, gentlemen, we've waited a long time to hear this. In exactly 5 hours and 17 minutes, we hit the enemy toast.
I think that's the enemy coast, sir.
Huh? Coast? It'll take a little more planning, but it doesn't matter.
All right, but anyway, yeah, continue.
And that was pretty much it. Just a couple of beach days. Our parents have a pool. We spent a lot of time in a pool. Of course, it's Florida in early September, so it was like 98 and sunny every day.
Did it rain every day? Usually it rains a little bit.
It usually does.
It rains and the sun's still out. It'll just...
Yeah, the first day it rained a good bit, but after that, I don't think we had any rain to deal with. It was the nicest, as far as sun being out, that I've ever had in Florida before. Yeah. So it was good.
I was only there once for CJ's wedding, and
it rained.
Nice.
It rained a good bit for CJ's wedding too.
Like just intermittently, and
I know it rained. They couldn't have the wedding outside. We had to
I think
have it
that
in
one day
room.
it did rain more. Now that I remember it, rained a little more.
But no, that was it. So yeah, I've been married about a month now, and
hoping our microphones pick up that loud bird.
Yeah, he is throwing a fit
outside. All right, well, let's go to a commercial break here and pick it up after.
Greetings, Earthlings! I am Krongak from the planet Thermulon 9, and I have traveled 900 light years to offer you my amazing new product, Ugly Face Ointment. Are you uglier than a space slug covered in Fleamar poop? Then thankfully for you, me and my intergalactic homies have spent centuries abducting your species' most grotesque, vile, and facially repulsive specimens to probe, study, genetically alter, and probe some more to create UFO or Ugly Face Ointment. All a human must do is look into the mirror and accept that your face looks like Uranus, and then purchase UFO and rub it on your fugly mug once per day for 2 Earth years. Over time, our extraterrestrial nanotechnology will slowly but surely reconfigure your universally disappointing pie hole into the prettiest sight in the entire galaxy. So don't be an ugly frickin' ogre and purchase Ugly Face Ointment today while supplies last, because although the universe may be infinite, our product is offered for a limited time only and will zoom out of here faster than a flying saucer.
Hello, friends. When I was a child, I was hooked on phonics. A-E-I-O-U. Now, me, grown, adult, law, man, I'm hooked on one thing. It is justice. Me, win, case, law, face, facts, court, gavel, bang, hear me out. I am right. Evidence, other things. Fingerprints, that's something. The bar exam. I have it. I'm a licensed lawman. Lawyer, me, I am that. Prance, leg warmer, Francis Scott Key, home of the brave, land of the free. I am free. I am brave. I am law. Me, law, do it. I'm your lawyer. Call me back, Leah Remini.
All right, commercial break. Kaput. We are back. B, get out of here.
There's a bee like just will not leave on side.
It has the scent of this beer. And so yeah, we were talking about Florida. Well, me and you went on a trip.
Yeah, that was
heading
fun.
into this beer review. So what did we do? We went up to
we
New York.
we had some leftover vacation days, so we took a Friday and went. I forget the name of that town we went to.
Ellicottville, I think.
Yeah, in that area, Ellicottville, New York.
Yeah, which ain't far into New York from us. It was like a couple-hour drive.
Yeah, it was a nice drive too, because we
do it.
took like I don't want to call it a back way, but we didn't take 79 up. We went up.
We got on to 219, I think, was a lot of it. I think that was the number.
It was a kind of windy, but not too windy. It was a beautiful ride. It was a nice day. Was that town we ate breakfast in? Was that Ellicottville? Because it was a really nice town.
It's like a little ski town. There was ski stuff around. It's not like mountains nearby or anything, but enough hills to...
Yeah, well, there was a ski resort nearby.
Yeah.
But the town was like, you could park, and it was like a lot of things to walk to.
It's a tiny town. Smaller than Katanning or Ford City.
It was kind of like if you took like Main Street from the bridge to the courthouse.
Yeah.
Maybe like, and I think there was like it was almost like set up like a T. Like,
there was just like a cross. There was like two main streets, just one,
one way, one
northeast, one southwest, and it was
north to south and
north-south. What did I say?
North to south and east to west.
North to south, east to west, and that was like that's basically it.
Yeah, we had a really good breakfast at that one. It was a nice restaurant too. And we walked around. There was a little, like a whiskey wine store, and then this brewery was there. There was a distillery up there.
I think it was just called Ellicott
What
Brewery.
was the other brewery? This is the Ellicott.
So we're drinking the Steelbound Brewery.
Yeah, Steelbound Brewery and Distillery. And Ellicottville,
like restaurant.
And Ellicottville Brewery, they're a bigger. They distribute.
Yeah.
I know over eastern United States. I don't know how far they ship to.
And I probably drank it before and have no memory,
Yeah, I know they have it on tap, like at the Craft House and Mel's. So they get around. Not that that's real far away.
So, yeah, we went to that Ellicott Brewery, and then for most of the reason I went up there was to go on a weed trip.
Yeah,
because you go to New York and it's everywhere around us is legal, and I assumed it would be a more government hands in it. And it was just hilarious. You cross that imaginary border from Pennsylvania into New York, and immediately it's just weed sales place. What do we see? Like 15 just on that stretch?
Yeah, and some of them, it's almost like if you buy like one of the bigger like 20 by 25 tool sheds you can throw in your backyard.
Yeah,
they had that. They had a few places to park. They had an outhouse, and they just had like weed display shelves in there. It's like going to a candy store.
The place that we were looking at, when you Google it, you only see like a few shops or places show up because it's just so lo-fi. People just sell it off their porch.
Pretty much.
It's just you can knock on their door and you just buy weed. The first place we went to, that's all it was. It was just like a trailer because it wasn't even open. Mm-hmm. And the guy had his homemade greenhouse with all of his pot plants right there. We could probably filled my car up.
That looked like a neat place. I wish that one would have been open.
Yeah. Then we just randomly picked one. There was a little wooden shed, smaller than my kitchen.
Yep.
And you just went in, and she had all the different kinds, and I just bought some of each. Basically, bought some pre-rolls and just stockpiled. And that was just on the way to Ellicottville. Yeah. Then we went to this Steelbound Brewery and Distillery place, and that's the beer I'm drinking right now. Is
beer review, beer review, beer review, beer review.
What's it called? Just called the Easy Lager, and that's all it is. It's got a cool label on it with a skeleton just sitting on a lawn tractor mowing his yard with a nice white picketed fence, nice all-American looking house, and trying to see if there's anything to read about it. 4% alcohol. It's just a day drinker. It's just a good lager. It's a simple one, but it's got that craft beer taste to it, so it is good.
Like, it just has a fresh taste to it, like almost like a fresh homemade salsa. It just has fresh ingredients in it.
Tastes like fresh mowed lawn.
Yep.
just like the label shows.
In all their cans, because this other one we have here, it's like a Trail Ale, and it's a skeleton with like a backpack. He's just backpack hiking.
Yeah.
So I think skeletons are just there.
Yeah, it has to be.
thing.
Yeah, there's a steel-bound logo, and it's got it's like a skull and crossbone, but with a top hat and a bow tie on it. Yeah, this is really good lager. It's almost like them craft pilsners. You know, they got that homemade taste to it, like a Straub. You know, it just tastes fresh.
And another thing, I don't know if you remember, it was every 4-pack you bought, you got a free one. So
Yeah, oh, that's right. That's what we did.
But there was like 4 different brands, if you will. We just picked 2, of course, for buy one get one free. So it's a good price.
Yeah, you bought a bottle of whiskey from there. How
I did.
Was that any good?
I mean, I still
remember-
have it. I've been finding like some of your craft distilleries. It's not like craft beer. It's almost like the big name distilleries, like Woodford, or of course Buffalo Trace. Those are better in my opinion so far.
They probably just it takes a while to a lot of quality control and stuff.
The one I bought was aged 5 years from up there, and it is good, but it just doesn't have. I don't like it as much as I like the other ones. I mean, somebody out there probably loves it.
I remember drinking it up there, and I think it seemed like it was good to take a shot of. Like, if you're going to do a shot, it's smooth. It's still whiskey. You're still going to have to gasp and catch your breath afterwards. But I remember doing a shot of it, and it went down pretty good. Now, but now you're going to fill a glass of it and drink it on ice. That's a different thing.
I just sip at it. Yeah. I mean, I know. Oh, that's a nice thing with the whiskey. It can sit on my shelf for 25 years,
but yeah, I'll give this beer I'm giving it a 5. It tastes great.
Yeah,
I could put a hurting on these.
I've enjoyed it.
For just an easy lager, it's definitely this is a good golfing beer.
Yeah, I chorus back in the summer. I had just a little blow-up pool in the backyard just to sit in, and it was nice. That was a good sitting in the pool, sipping on that beer.
Yeah, I remember their menu up there too. They had stuffed pepper pizza and stuffed pepper soup.
We were wishing we had room for more food.
Yeah, I remember it was like, damn, and breakfast was good, but I wish you could just pump it out of us.
That'd be a nice place to go up like on a Saturday morning, spend the night.
I
really enjoy the town.
I'd smoke all that up. We'll head back up. If we were gonna go down to Maryland,
it'd be nice in the fall too. That'd be a nice trip.
Yeah, we maybe go skiing sometime.
See the full foliage together like basic bitches.
Yeah. Oh, what did we do last week? Oh yeah, we went last week and fucked up Olive Garden because.
Oh yeah, we did.
For watching Paul's cats, they gave us. What do we have? So Paul had all these gift cards that they just refused to use.
Yes.
And I kept hounding him about it. And all I thought they had was one. It was just an Olive Garden gift card. Mm-hmm. And Paul would always say, "Why would I want to eat there? It's just pasta. I'll just make it." But I'm like, it's free. Mm-hmm. Go there and just go to the bar and drink their beer, whatever. It's $25. Mm-hmm. Just go there and eat the breads. Just use it.
Yep.
You can get. So, but here they had 2 of those.
Then I had a gift card.
Yeah, there was 3 of us, and we all had a $25 gift card for that place, and went there and fucked that place up.
Before we went there, they also gave you a gift card that you thought was for Voodoo.
I went to the wrong brewery. Yeah, they had a gift card for Connie Creek Brewery, and I forgot about Connie Creek. She said, I got a gift card for the brewery in New Ken, and I just assumed it was the one right downtown. I didn't even look at it.
Well, what's funny, we didn't know that, so we pulled in the Voodoo, and as we're pulling in, we saw Strange Roots Brewery right across the road.
Yeah.
So we were already decided, like, we'll use the gift card here, then we'll go to Strange Roots and have one, then go to Olive Garden. We get into the Voodoo, and you're like, oh, this is for Coney Creek.
Yeah.
Well, we were already there, so we had a beer at Voodoo, then we went over and had a beer at
the other place.
What's it called? Then we went to Coney Creek. I think we ended up having 2 beers at Coney Creek. So we were ready to eat by the time we got to the Olive Garden.
Yeah, we had the beer munchies going.
We did.
Yeah, we did. Oh, goodness. It took me a little while. I went home and, of course, ate a little more, but I ended up eating most of that pasta for breakfast. I had... Yeah,
me too.
Nothing like a shrimp, scallops, Alfredo pasta breakfast.
Yeah. Yeah, well, we got the appetizers, too, so we ate those. So we took a lot of our meals home, which is the way to do it.
Oh, man, it was free gluttony at its finest. And these gift cards were, I think, 5 or 6 years old or something. They could have been a decade old. I don't know. And if we didn't use them, then that's $75. Well, actually, I used a $20 gift card earlier in the week for Chili's that they gave me, too. So there was basically $100 of gift cards that were just dust magnets until they gave them to me.
And free food and beer is free food and beer. And I get that Paul's not a big fan of major chain restaurants, but when you got
I enjoy it.
Yeah, you got $25 to spend. Just who cares? Like, just go get it. Yeah, yeah. We still had like a $40-some bill, but
Yeah,
it would have been
we
like
each had a
100.
beer, I
Well,
got
it
a
would have been
glass of wine.
75 plus 40.
Yeah,
So
it was good.
yeah, we went to town. And that was fun. Oh, what did you text me while we were on talking about food about Wendy's this week? You were stuck in line, and
I was livid.
yeah,
It was lunch, like
good for you.
it was like 10:35, and for work I travel. I had to go out to Altoona, and I had to be in Saxonburg that afternoon. So I just came home and got what I needed, and I was gonna go to Wendy's and eat real fast. And I kind of want to get in and out. And I said, "This would be great. I'll go to Wendy's." The drive-thru shouldn't be busy. There was one car in front of me, and I said, "Okay." I pull in, and it's like I said, this is like 10:38.
That's always the trap.
And
the
I have
one car.
and I have my windows down, and it's this old lady,
Oh goodness.
and she pulls up to the window, and they go, "Can I help you?" And she says, in an annoyed voice, "Can I get lunch?" And they go, "Yes, it's after 10:30." And the menu at the fast food place was still on breakfast.
yeah.
And she goes, "Well, it's still on breakfast, and I need to see the menu so I can decide what I want." And I'm gonna stop right there and say, they have like 8 things. If you don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I've never been like, "Oh, let's go to Wendy's. I'll look at the menu, then I'll decide." And if you live your life that way, quit listening to the podcast. We don't want you as a fan. You already know, "Oh, I want a Wendy's burger, or I want Wendy's chicken, or I'm going to get both." Whether it's a burger and nuggets, or a chicken sandwich and a burger. You know what you want when you go there.
Yep.
So
this is so funny because I had a very similar experience.
it gets way worse.
Yeah.
And they're like, they said something like, "Well, do you know what you want?" And she goes, "No, I need that to be switched." And our Wendy's is old. So then a guy had to walk outside and like manually like turn everything. And that takes like 2 minutes. And whenever I'm in a hurry, I'm hungry, I'm just so freaking pissed right now.
Yeah.
So I started texting you at this point in time. He gets it flipped, and then like, "Can you see the menu now?" And she goes, "Yes." And they go, "I'll take your order and ready." And she goes, "Well, I'm going to need a couple of minutes. I just now was able to see the menu." I'm like, "Oh, I'm going to kill this lady."
Yeah.
So she finally orders, pulls
Put on her-
around.
get her reading glasses out.
Yeah, I pull up to the window, I get my food, and I turn around, and there I see her with the receipt, shaking her head, and I can't really hear because Wendy's like my car's too loud, and I see these coupons exchanging. It took forever.
Fucking old
I pulled
people.
into the line at 10:38. By the time I got my food, it was like 10:55 because of this bitch. I don't care if you're old. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of my way. And if you have coupons, go inside. That's what it's for. The drive-thru's quick. Go inside. I don't
That's
know
my
what else
big
to say.
bitch is old people like
Just go
that,
inside.
and people that want to order, for their whole big family, or
I hate that,
want
too.
to go through the drive-thru to order for a party. And then you're waiting a half hour, 40 minutes, and then they're up there just getting bag after bag of shit, and it's like exactly like they just no consideration.
And then when they get their food given them at the window, they're distributing it to their kids in the back seat. Pull up and distribute your shit. And that just goes to society as a whole. Nobody has any. Everybody is just. It's only me in the world.
Yep. Not too long ago, I was at McDonald's, and they have 2 lines, and this time I was lucky. I was in the other line. I pulled up to the one window or menu order box, whatever the fuck you call them, and they were on the one like across from me or beside me, and I seen they were old people, and I was like, "Who dodged that bullet?" And it went exactly how you would think. They were just the woman up there is like, "Well, hold on, I want to see, have to read the menu," and she's up there like, "Do you have salads?" Like asking them.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, read the fucking menu, or like it's McDonald's. This ain't a restaurant, and you just won't register with old people. Just old people in general have been getting me on the road. They're in such a hurry to pull out in front of me all the time and drive so fucking slow.
Yeah.
And then you go to the drive-through menus, and the other ones at Walmart or like the self-checkout stores. They just can't comprehend shit. It's like, just die. Just be done. This is why our fucking healthcare expenses are so outrageous right now. You fucking old geezers won't give it up. Everybody wants their life expectancy to go up and get older and older. Meanwhile, just watch these people struggle through their Alzheimer's at these drive-thrus, and there's a reason that nature ends it. Ugh. These people need to...
Make way for the new.
Yeah. Let your grandkids breathe this oxygen. Stop wasting it. Yeah. But that was just funny. I just had to bring that up because that was good. Well, I guess let's move on to... We can start wrapping this bitch up. I'll do the...
Put a bow on it.
Yeah, I got my per episode music section here. I have a list of rock bands that I promote. I actually recently... I was going back through kind of watching some of them... Remember watching Behind the Music on VH1 of them bands, and I watched one recently of Rat and some other, I don't know, 70s band. Maybe it was Judas Priest. Or it wasn't Judas Priest. I forget who it was. And I was watching the two, and I laughed till these musicians, and all these bands, they're on there bragging about, all these epic parties they had, all these sports cars they wrecked, talking about all these drugs, all these hotels they trashed. Every one of these has that section. And then they all talk about how the record companies screw them over and all the money that they're owed. And it's like, I just think it's so funny that these guys can master their guitars and instruments, but they cannot use a calculator. Like, listen to what you're saying. You listen to how much money you guys are just blowing and snorting up your noses, and then, oh, where's our money? Like, you're spending it. You're trashing it. You think you can just throw a TV out a hotel window?
Nobody has
First
to pay
of all,
for it.
Also, how many people got hit with these?
And cars got damaged. And
it's just hilarious. And it's so funny of those. And another thing I was thinking of, remember when Guitar Hero came out? And that was going to be the rock and roll savior? All these young kids are going to get into guitar, and there's going to be this, rock and roll is going to come back. I'm thinking, it's been 15 years, and I'm still waiting. When the hell is this going to happen? When is this giant rock and roll revival? Maybe we had Greta Van Fleet. That gave everyone like this hope.
Yep.
And that went south quick. But, yeah, I just thought that was funny. But, all right, so the bands I'm going to plug for this episode and play a little bit of their music is a band called Black Rainbows. They're from Italy, and they are a 3-piece rock band. Yeah, stoner rock. Just straight up rock and roll. And I'm sure you've heard them. Or I played them for you, and you probably don't remember. This is their song Fire in the Sky from their latest album, Super Skull. Right here. Alright, that was Black Rainbows. I'm a big fan of those dudes. The next one I'm going to plug, even though they're no longer a band, and I haven't listened to this shit for a while, I actually dug this out. There was this awesome band I was a big fan of. I thought they were going to keep going and, kick ass. They were just called I, like EYE. If Pink Floyd raped Black Sabbath and they had a baby, it's just long, epic prog songs, but it's got that Sabbath crunch to it. A lot of cool keyboard sounds, just trippy lava lamp shit, but not slow and boring. They actually chug along, and they get pretty rockin' in sections, and they only have a couple albums, but I'm a real big fan of them, and I wish they would have kept it going. But this is a song called Free off their album Second Sight. Into that kind of music, check it out. You'll like it.
you're a chode. The last band I'm going to plug is, we've talked about them all the time. Brett, you gone to a King Buffalo gig with us before?
No, I just got back into listening to the podcast again, like for my travels though.
Yeah.
And just yesterday, you and Paul had just got back from seeing a King Buffalo the night before.
We've seen them numerous times. We're probably going to see them again in January. They come around pretty annually, once or twice a year. And they're kind of the same way as that Eye, but King Buffalo are more of a slow build, more of that steady.
I know you've played them for me.
They kind of do music I'm kind of bored of and sick of, but they're the starters of that, and they're the ones that do it the best. And they just put 3 albums out in the last couple years during the pandemic, and this is a song called Silverfish off their album Burden of Restlessness, right here. That was King Buffalo, and I'm big fans of all these bands. I think they're all 3-piece. No, Eye's a 4-piece band. The other 2 were 3 pieces, and just simple rock and roll, the way I like it. And that is an episode of Podcastration for today. So I hope you're on your way to work, doing your 8 to 10 hour fucking slog listening to this, and not on the way home. If you're on the way home, then, stop and drink a beer. Stop and drink you won't be able to get an easy lager from Steelbound probably, but Zach voted Travis Jack. That's Paul's thing he has to say every episode. I'll say it for him. I don't know. He always has to do something like that. Alright, we're done for today, but we'll be right back at it next week, because we're never done on Podcastration, because we're too legit to quit. Too legit to quit. Woo!